Do we count that?
Yeah, we
Okay.
count Spencer.
Are
So
you
Spencer,
officially the sixth guest?
yeah, you are
then?
6. So welcome in,
Thank you. I'm excited
Taylor.
to be here.
Taylor, first time doing
Yes.
radio, right?
Yes, first time.
Okay. So what do you have prepared for us today?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just here to talk about soccer.
Okay, we can do that. We can do that. So for those who don't know, Taylor is a rising junior women's soccer team, and Taylor, you've already played quite a bit in your
Yes.
career, right? So I was looking at your bio. Freshman year, you played a lot, I think, and then your second year, your sophomore year, you started quite a
Mhm.
bit. So, what has this experience been like so far? Let's start very, very broad. A very successful women's soccer team here at South Carolina. Coach Shelley Smith, phenomenal job.
Yes.
Just being, um, not. I feel like y'all's program is not just a team, and what I mean by that is that this is a program. Like consistently, y'all have competed in the SEC and just really set a standard. I think so. What has that been like as someone who has experienced it day in, day out, to be a part of such a successful program?
Yeah, I've had a great experience here. Like coming into my freshman year, I was kind of on like a veteran team. So it was like really cool to learn from the older girls that have been here and some of them that were taking their fifth year, their COVID years. And we went super far in the NCAA tournament my freshman year. So that was just a great experience. And then my sophomore year, winning the SEC championship, that was an amazing experience. I won't ever forget it. So every year we're, our eyes are on the prize. We want to win championships. So, I've had learned so much from the coaches and from the teammates, and I'm really happy I chose South Carolina.
That's a good place to start. We've had student athletes in here from California, from Maryland. You yourself, you're from Orlando, Florida.
Yes.
What was your recruiting process like? Were you highly recruited? Did you have schools from all over coming at you? I guess let's start there. What were the other schools you were kind of considering when you were looking at South Carolina?
Yeah, so my recruiting process was a little bit different than most people, just because I committed my senior year to South Carolina, and that was kind of when COVID was happening, and it kind of just like stopped everything for a while. So that was a little stressful. And then they had certain rules, like my junior year. I think or going into my junior year, that's when coaches started talking to us, and that's when COVID started happening. And I had schools interested in me in Florida and some conversations with Alabama, but at the end of the day, when they were watching me over live stream, I knew I really wanted to go to that school, and this was a school I was looking to go to.
I know. So I cover a lot of football recruiting. At the time when COVID was hitting, there were guys who were committing to schools without even being able to visit because of COVID, and you had all these different, just really tight rules as far as what you could and couldn't do. Did you get to visit South Carolina before you committed? Like, was that part of the process for you, or were you stuck in that window where you couldn't really go see it in person?
Yeah, so I wasn't able to go to South Carolina, but so I did, a lot of research. One of my former teammates that played club with me was actually plays here too, so I had conversations with her, and I knew this was a great program and where I wanted to be, not too far from home.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think it was a perfect fit.
What was that like stepping foot on campus for the first time? Like when you
Mm,
were enrolling and starting classes.
yeah,
Most people, not even forget just athletes, just regular students have, I'm sure, visited the campus and done the tour and all that
yeah.
stuff. Y'all were a part of a very unique class. If you were stepping on campus for the first time to move in and live here,
Mhm.
there's got to be a sense of some unknown there. Like, all right, I don't really know what I'm stepping into. It's
Yeah.
obviously worked out very well for you, but what was on your mind, day one as you're moving in?
Yeah, I think I was just like I was a little nervous, but just like really excited. Like I always wanted to play, and be at a big Division 1 school, and like the facilities here are amazing. I knew I was in good hands. So I don't know. It was just like overwhelming, but like in a good way. It was
Hmm.
like, wow, like, this is what I dreamed of doing and being here, like a school like this. So yeah.
So you start getting settled in. You mentioned y'all's facilities. We got to go. I think this was prior to last season. They had some of the media folks over. We got to actually see y'all's. Y'all have like a clubhouse area over there where we were. Weight facilities are phenomenal. Locker room is phenomenal. 650 Lincoln with the pool is
Yes.
phenomenal. What is it like? Maybe for fans who are listening, they haven't seen all that or haven't seen the pictures. What can you tell them about your facilities over there and sort of where y'all are on a day to day basis?
Mhm. Well, we're spoiled to say the least, but, yeah, our facilities are amazing. 650 Lincoln, it's like apartment style living, even though they call it dorms. They have, like, a pool and, um, the rooms are incredible, and our facilities are amazing. Our locker room, our weight room, we have cold tubs, so they have everything provided there for us, and our stadium is amazing. We have a ton of fans that come out all the time. So yeah, it's incredible.
We got to experience, the, I believe y'all call it the La Familia, part of your
Yes.
fan base. So we do a kickoff party every year, I was telling you before we went on, and, it's been awesome because 'cause they've sort of embraced our kickoff party as well, and, Coach Shelly Smith comes out there, she speaks to the crowd. We had so many women's soccer fans come out, last year, to our party, and, they were there for the party, I think, as well aspect, but, what has that been like, to have so much support and a stadium that's sold out
Mhm.
a lot of times, and just to be a part of what seems to be almost like its own community, pretty special community as well.
Yeah, we're really lucky with our fan support and everything that they do for us. Like, it's crazy, like, walking out on the field and, like, seeing, like, just a bunch of people there. I think it was our or when we played Florida State, it was our opening game, and people were just lined up out of the stadium, like, all around the field. It was, like, insane. It's like, if when you're a women's soccer player, you wanna play in that kind of environment. So, I think we're pretty lucky to be able to play in front of those fans, and they're very loyal, and we appreciate them a lot.
I think that matchup was what, like a top 5 type matchup? I mean, they were coming in, were they
Yeah,
number 1, number 2?
they were the defending national champions, and I think at that point we were ranked top 5, I
Mhm.
think. So, yeah, it was a good game. We tied 0-0, but it was, like, amazing, and sometimes I don't even realize how, like, when you're on the field, like, you're not even paying attention to the fans, but, like, sometimes I'll catch myself just looking, and I'm like, "Wow, like, this is crazy."
Coach Shelly Smith, I feel like just even scheduling that game is kinda like a mind, like, I think it speaks to the mindset of the program right now. It's kinda like, "Alright, we'll play anybody, play them anywhere."
Mm,
How much does playing, in a match like that set y'all up for not just SEC play, but then
mhm,
tournament play when you're gonna be in these tight, just closely contested matchups?
mhm. I think, like, that game kinda gave us a lot of confidence because 'cause we're like, "Hey, like, we can compete with anyone in the country," and I think that just, like, gave us a lot of confidence going into the rest of our games and throughout the season to just dominate and know, like, we knew our goals, we knew we could win a championship, so it was just I think that was just the starting point, and that's what we needed to go through the rest of the season with confidence and trusting each other that, we can do this and we can accomplish our goals.
So do you, I know you were talking about how you kinda maybe even lose sight of all the fans and the atmosphere at times going into a game. Are there any, personal sort of just, things that you do to get yourself ready for a game? Like, are there any superstitions or, are you like, "All right, I'm talking to my teammates?" Are you more like, "Leave me alone, I wanna be in the zone,"
Mhm,
listen to any particular music? Or is there anything that's, like, kinda your own personal routine
mhm.
going into a game?
Well, before games, I'll kinda, like, read my devotional and I'll, like, meditate for, like, 10 minutes. Sorry, this and, that'll just get me in the right headspace, and then when I'm at the soccer facility, I'm kinda, like, listening to my own music, trying to get in the zone, just really, like, locked in and focused, and then, um, music that I'm listening to, probably, like, I'll listen to Drake and Eminem, like, anything that's gonna get me, like, pumped up before the game, so
So we're going high energy music for the
yes,
most part.
yes, yes.
Is Eminem still cool? Like,
I mean, I think he's cool.
are we listening to, like, any and all Eminem? Are we listening to, like, the old I'm mid-30s, so when I was in high school, that's when Eminem, like, blew up. That's when
Mhm,
he was first on the scene. He's stuck around. I still think his old stuff is better than I guess he still sometimes puts out new. What do we listen to?
Like,
Is there
not afraid is like.
Oh well, yeah.
And then Without Me, like some of those songs. There's another one, I'm forgetting it, but I don't know. I think it just gets me like pumped up and like hyped. I'm like, let's go. So
I'm happy to hear this. And those came out when I think I was Tyler. You were probably in high school.
I was gonna say I'm 26. Eminem
okay,
kind
younger
of
than me.
Transcends all generations. I feel like so. You know, if anybody between like 15 to 40, I feel like is an Eminem fan.
Well, yeah. If you need hype music, I mean,
yeah, totally.
I'm not afraid.
That's like the top of the list.
Yeah,
of
but no.
music.
What's his other? Oh god, there's one that is like even more so than Not Afraid. That is like the I think it's probably the one you said you couldn't think of. Oh god.
What are some lyrics from it or
I
something?
don't. Well, be careful with that.
Yeah, we do have rules on the radio.
Yes. Can we go ahead and take a break, Tyler?
Yeah,
you want to hit a break?
Figure this out while we're in the break.
I'm like mad at myself that I'm not remembering. We're gonna all get that when we come back.
Say like pull up your Spotify playlist during the break and see if you can find it. All right, gonna run into our first time out. You're listening to the Garnet Trust Hour here on 107.5 The Game. Tyler Head, Wes Mitchell, and today's special guest Taylor Jacobson from the Gamecock women's soccer team. Be right back on 107.5 The Game.
This is Boomer Science with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Tax Slayer. Start filing for free today at TaxSlayer.com. The WNBA's excellent offseason continues. The New York Liberty acquired former league MVPs Jonquel Jones and Breanna Stewart to create a super team in Brooklyn. Meantime, the iconic Diana Taurasi re-signed with the Phoenix Mercury, who also, at long last, have Brittany Griner back. I'm Boomer Esiason.
What does it feel like to file with TaxSlayer and get your guaranteed maximum refund? It feels like the last level of a video game, facing off against the final boss who stands between you and your refund.
All your refund has belonged to me.
Using the power of TaxSlayer like a secret power-up he doesn't see coming.
Only the most tax confident can defeat me.
Throwing your laptop at his video game face and watching him crumble into a giant pile of shiny coin tax refunds.
Oh, not fair. You use TaxSlayer.
Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Lowe's always has more ways for you to save. On top of our everyday low prices, pros can save big when buying in bulk. Or if your purchase is over $1,500, ask about our volume savings program. A pro associate can provide a customized quote. Ask about our volume savings programs today. It always pays to be a pro at Lowe's. While supplies last, minimum purchase required. Selection varies by location. Lowe's reserves the right to limit quantities. Volume discount pricing quotes are valid up to 7 days. Visit your local pro desk to learn more and start saving. Offers subject to change may not be available in all Lowe's stores.
It's the Garnet Trust Hour
On your home of the Gamecocks.
107.5
The Game.
With Spectrum Mobile and the epic new Samsung Galaxy S23 series, you get the fastest Samsung phone delivering even faster speeds with Spectrum Speed Boost. Trade in with Spectrum and get $600 off the new Samsung Galaxy S23 series, plus the value of your trade-in. Visit a Spectrum store or spectrum.com/Samsung for details. Service not available in all areas. Internet required. Advanced Wi-Fi and compatible equipment required. Restrictions apply.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code VEST for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code VEST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code VEST for 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up.
The best part about taking ZQuil Pure Z's Sleep Plus Next Day Energy at night is actually the next morning. I wake up alert with none of the grogginess from taking too much melatonin. Pure Z Sleep Plus Next Day Energy is a bilayer tablet with immediate release melatonin and extended release B vitamins to help me fall asleep naturally and wake refreshed. It's my secret weapon for a great night's sleep and a great morning.
Hi, Mom.
Can't beat that.
ZQuil Pure Z's Gummies.
Sleep better, wake your best.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Mix a little sports analysis, pop culture, and great interviews, and you've got the Rich Eisen Show podcast.
One of the voices of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Charlie Steiner. Carl Lewis singing the national anthem 30 years ago. Your coverage of it leading to one of the greatest giggle fits of all time.
It was like being in the back row when a substitute teacher was in, and you're holding it in, and you're holding it in until you can't, and 2 minutes later, you're in the principal's office.
The Rich Eisen Show podcast, wherever you listen.
Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet Studios. This is 1075 The Game.
A great selection of new Chevys is available now at Herndon Chevrolet. The lot is packed with inventory and more is on the way. So shop your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Stop by or shop online today and see why Herndon Chevrolet makes you smile. It's the Garnet Trust Hour
On your home of the Gamecocks.
1075 The Game.
Back in on the Garnet Trust Hour here on 107.5 The Game. Tyler and Wes along with you. Special guest today from the Gamecock women's soccer team, Taylor Jacobson. We got quite a bit of help on the Firehouse Subs text line, 803-404-6100.
Eminem songs?
Yes, Eminem songs. And it's either Lose Yourself or Till I Collapse, most likely.
Yes.
Which one of those was it?
It was both of them. I was
Both
trying
of
to
them?
think of it.
Okay.
We're talking about that. So that's
But
funny.
both incredible hype songs. I can't believe we all had a brain fart and couldn't remember the name of them.
Well, I think that was just one of those things where you're on air too, and you don't want to just sit there and think about it with the,
right,
not talking for 20 seconds. But I feel like Lose Yourself is the best build up song. Like it kind of builds to some sort of dramatic tones, whereas I think Till I Collapse is the best workout or the best, like, let me just get hyped out of my mind.
I agree.
Songs.
So with those being your hype songs, do you like to play like angry? Does that like get you fired up and like put your game face on type of thing? Or are you just kind of like even keel while you're playing?
I think I'm like even keel. I think I like to get me hyped up. And then once we start warm up and on the field, I'm like, all right, I can calm down a little bit, like get in my zone. And so
you're not getting red cards pulled on you for being too aggressive.
No. I've gotten a yellow card, not a red card.
So, all right, I'll be completely honest. I am soccer ignorant at times. I know what a yellow card is. I know what a red card is. But what is the difference between what would get you a yellow card versus what would get you a red card? And that gets you kicked out, right? Like if you get a red card, you're done. You're gone. So you've never gotten a red card, right?
No, never gotten a red card.
What'd you do to get your yellow card? Like punched a girl or?
No, she was like running, and I think I like grabbed her shirt behind her as she was running, and like she went down maybe, and that got me a yellow card. So
was it the right call?
I think it was the right. I mean, I think it was probably a yellow card,
it.
But yeah, I think I earned that.
You earned that one.
Yeah.
So all right, y'all. These conversations, we never know what we're gonna learn, and Taylor has introduced us to some inside information during the break.
Oh boy.
No, we have learned. I had no idea this is a thing, but it is, according to Taylor. So team swap is basically, from what Taylor was explaining to us, that, for example here, women's soccer and swimming team.
Yes.
Swimming and diving, right?
Yes.
They kind of swapped places for a little while.
Yeah.
So this was this morning, I guess, or right now. And so swimming and diving is out kicking a soccer ball somewhere in Columbia right now. And you got to go this morning and participate.
Yes, I did.
How nervous were you?
I was a little bit nervous. I wasn't sure really what I was walking into. And so, but it was a great time. We got there and they taught us how to, dive off the diving boards, and there was like different levels. So we kind of like worked our way up to the top level and just jumped off the diving board, so it was pretty fun.
Now, how daunting is that highest diving board?
It
looks scary.
No, it was pretty scary. I'm not really someone that's afraid of heights, so, like, from the bottom, I was like, "Oh, I'll be fine." Then I got up there, and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty high. I don't know about this," but my teammates were like, "You got it, you got it." So I just went and just jumped out, and I was fine.
Were you shaking up there, or were you?
A little. I think I was fine. I think my other teammate, she was a little bit more scared. She's like, "I don't want you guys to leave me up here. I can't go last." So it was fun.
Yeah, once you get up there and everybody's looking at you, I feel like you have to jump, especially
Yeah.
if other people have jumped. I wouldn't want to go first or last. I think she's right. Like, did you go first or who went first?
I think Kat actually. Kat went first.
Really?
Yeah.
Kat Berry was out there
Yeah.
leading the way.
Yeah, so I think she went first, and then I didn't go last. I was in the middle, but once I was up there, I was like, "All right, I have to do it. I'm already up here."
Did you gain a new appreciation for college swimming?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
And so y'all, when y'all jumped, y'all just like jumped feet first, like a normal jump?
We just jumped feet first.
Okay, because they go up there and they're like doing twists and flips and turns and
Yeah, they were like showing us what they do, and even on like because at the very top, it's not really like a diving board. It's kind of like a platform you just jump off. But the lower ones, they were diving boards. So they were jumping really high on the diving boards and doing all these flips. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to try that. But it was pretty fun.
So what's the basic idea behind having you swap sports with another program? What is this trying to accomplish?
Well, I think it's just to show like an appreciation for, the other athletes around here and what, they do on a day-to-day basis. So I'm not really sure how the swimmers did with the soccer piece, but I'm excited to hear about that.
And apparently, from what Taylor was saying, these are videoed, right? Like
Yes.
This didn't just happen behind closed doors. Like they're gonna play this at y'all's gala.
Gala, yep, our student athlete gala, like our banquet at the end of the year. So they'll have all the video compilations of all the sports that switch. So should be fun.
I feel like, I don't know. So the swimming and divers doing soccer, there's not really a fear factor to that. Like I'm sure they're
now if you stood them up in the goal and start kicking balls at their heads, there could be some fear there.
There could be, but I feel like they're not jumping off of cliffs.
They're definitely getting off maybe a little bit easier than the soccer team jumping off the high dive.
Yeah, I think so.
But I do feel like there is a skill to being able to dribble a soccer ball that is completely different than any other sport. If you like, that doesn't really carry over. Like if you can throw a baseball, it's different throwing a football, but you can probably throw a football. Soccer, I feel like, is just a very unique skill. You don't get to use your hands.
Yes.
So did you? I always like this question. Did you sort of jump into soccer like from the moment you could walk, or was it sort of a slow build for you to kind of get into soccer?
Yeah, I started playing soccer when I was like 5 years old at like the YMCA and would just like start playing. And at first, I think my mom tells me that I only was like I only wanted the snacks and wanted to like chase butterflies around the field. But I think as I got older, like I knew like this is like I was super passionate about soccer and just kept playing from there on. And I played other sports too, but soccer stuck the most.
What else did you play? What were your other sports?
I did basketball like long time ago. I did like tennis. I did swimming a while ago. But yeah, so that was it.
Was there a definitive age or moment where you realized I'm pretty good at this? I can take this to the next level?
Yeah, I think like just like growing up, like every team I was on, I always felt like I was kind of like the best one and very like competitive and focused, wanted to win. So I think at that, like as I was young growing up, I knew that was like, this is really what I want to do.
Did I guess playing those other sports, was there at any point where you kind of liked the other sports more, or was it always kind of like those are just I'm doing these, but soccer is kind of my sport?
Yeah, I think I just did it just to like try other sports and for fun. Like it wasn't anything I think I was really like, oh, I really want to pursue this, but I kind of just stuck with soccer and like growing up, like my aunt coached me with soccer. So I think I just loved playing soccer, playing 3v3 and going to tournaments, and she was my coach. So yeah, I think I just really liked soccer.
You said you did do some swimming growing up. Was it? I'm guessing y'all weren't diving at that point. Was that more just like swimming?
Yeah, just like swimming, like
speed?
for speed. So yeah, that's definitely different than the diving part that I did this morning.
Do you think you could have cut a backflip off that thing today?
Oof, I don't know.
Wanted you to cut a backflip off it. I think's the better question.
I think I could attempt to, but I think it might have just ended up in a flat back, like just hitting the water. I don't know if I could have flipped.
Maybe from the lower.
Maybe from the lower, yes.
How low? Like, is the low one just sort of like the lowest one, sort of on the water, basically?
Yeah, it's almost like near the water. So that one of my teammates did like a little flip. I think I probably would have done that. But the ones when they were jumping off from the higher ones, they can do multiple flips before they even touch the water. So that's crazy.
Yeah, that's one thing that I'm just like, when I watch people do that, or gymnastics as well.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, how do you even learn to do that?
Yeah,
it's like such a different skill. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It is a different skill. I don't know how they do it, but I appreciate what they do because
they're doing like triple backflips and just wild stuff. Anyway, all right, we need to hit a break, Tyler.
Yeah, we're gonna run into another timeout. If you have a question for Taylor, you can hit us on the Firehouse Subs text line 803-404-6100. As we head into this break, we do have a pair of tickets to give away to today's baseball game versus Winthrop. First pitch at 4 o'clock out at Founders Park. Be caller number 5 at 803-404-6100. You'll win yourself those pair of tickets. We'll be right back with the Garnet Trust Hour here on 107.5 The Game.
It's the Garnet Trust Hour
on your home of the Gamecocks.
107.5
The Game.
We keep the clutter out of your gutter. Call on the gutter man.
The Guttermen have been providing top-notch service throughout the Midlands for over 47 years, building their business on relationships, not gimmicks. And you can call them locally, not a 1-800 number. Call them today at 791-7147 and look for the guys in the powder blue trucks.
We keep the clutter out of your gutter. Call on the gutter man.
One search engine is used by 9 out of 10 consumers. Hint, the name begins with a G. And there are hundreds of things that go into being ranked highly by that engine. Your website, your business profile, even your social accounts. A couple of slip-ups and you find yourself on page 7. But at Cumulus Boost, we have the experts and resources to fix what's wrong and boost your findability so you can rank higher than your competition. Get started today at cumulusboost.com. CUMULUS boost.com.
Business owners, this is South Carolina quarterback Spencer Rattler. The Garnet Trust is connecting businesses like yours with athletes like me through NIL deals. Head over to GarnetTrust.com or 1075thegame.com to find out you can leverage the power of an athlete endorsement to grow your business.
Did you hear? South Carolina Department of Corrections has huge pay raises for officers. Correctional officers can now make $50,000 in their first year. Officers must be at least 18 years old and have a high school diploma or GED. Visit joinscdc.com to apply. Sponsored by South Carolina Department of Corrections, SCBA, and this station.
Hey, Scott here from Traditions Fine Jewelers. Everybody knows that we have the best selection of engagement ring styles in the Southeast, with over 1,000 styles to choose from. What amazes folks is that we also have the best prices. How do we do that? In Mine Diamonds, by working directly with site holders, the cutting companies that buy their rough diamonds directly from De Beers. And in the lab-grown diamonds, by working directly with laboratories that actually grow and cut the diamonds. No middlemen, better prices, only at Traditions Fine Jewelers.
Washington led the revolution. Lincoln saved the nation. Now, Galliana Chrysler Jeep is making history with double the customer cash rebate. Gotta go. Double the customer cash rebate at Galliana Chrysler Jeep. And exclusive of that offer, lease a 2022 Jeep Compass with 0 down, just $379 per month. Or finance a new Jeep Compass at 2.9 APR for 60 months. Plus, get $5,000 off. Lease a new Grand Cherokee, Wrangler, or Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid and get $10,000 off. New Chrysler and Jeeps with zip, 0, nothing down, and 0 payments for the next 3 months. Or double the customer cash rebate. President's Independence Day sales event at Galliana Chrysler Jeep on Greystone. I-126 Zoo Exit in Columbia. Call 779-7300 or GallianaSC.com. Compass stock number 29165. 42-month lease, 0 down, plus tax and tag. Do it signing. Includes 225 closing fee, no security deposit. 1792 per thousand borrowed for 60 months at 2.9 APR with 0 down. Subject to lender approval. Offers to combine expires with end.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Attention all homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? It's time to replace. Fog between the glass? Time to replace. Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's definitely time to replace. If you've put off replacing windows in your home because it's too expensive, here's great news. You can now get a free in-home window consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen, the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. And with our President's Day special going on right now, you can buy one and get one 40% off. Just text REPLACE to 200-300 for your free consultation on top quality affordable windows or patio doors for $0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for a year. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Plus, buy one and get one 40% off. Text now and take an additional $200 off your entire project. But hurry, this incredible President's Day offer ends Tuesday, February 28th. Text REPLACE to 200-300 right now. Text the word REPLACE to 200-300. Don't wait. Text REPLACE to 200-300.
It's the Garnet Trust Hour
on your home of the Gamecocks.
107.5 The Game.
What we're talking about on 107.5 The Game.
Sponsored by Love Chevrolet.
Back in on the Garnet Trust Hour, Tyler Head, Wes Mitchell, and our special guest today, Taylor Jacobson of the Gamecock women's soccer team. Looking at your bio on the Gamecock website, soccer is a very different sport compared to what we think of with like football or baseball or basketball, where you're always going to be pulling people straight out of high school sports from the recruiting aspect. You went the club route with Orlando City. How is that different than playing high school soccer? And how does that change how the recruiting process goes?
Yeah, well, I think like no matter what, like coaches, I think coaches will come see you through your club games and watching ECNL, and they may come to high school. I think more so club, and I didn't play high school soccer. So I think just through the ECNL, which is the Elite Clubs National League, one of the best leagues for girls, is like kind of where they have showcases and hundreds of college coaches are coming to watch you. So I think it's a great route to get, recruited from colleges around the country.
Now, would you say that's a better route than just playing traditional high school soccer, or can you be just successful the other way as well?
I would say so, just because like through playing club, you get to go to other states and play against other teams and great players, and I think it gives you more exposure and more opportunities to other colleges than playing high school.
Is that pretty common to go that route, or was that unique?
I decided not to play high school because I wanted to train with my trainer, who's Eddie Johnson. He played on the U.S. men's national team. So I really wanted to focus on time with him and then just like playing club soccer. But I know a lot of girls play high school and they love it and, they have a great time. But I kind of just chose to play club and go through that.
Now, is it possible to do both, or you have to choose one or the other?
You can do both. You'll have like your club season. Usually they'll stop and you can play high school soccer during that time. So like for me, club is kind of like through the fall and spring, and then winter is when like high school starts.
So let's talk a little bit about, you just mentioned your training, about what y'all are doing right now, obviously getting ready for next season. And, I think it is kind of unique. I was looking actually on your Twitter, you retweeted it. Y'all have a 5-game spring schedule, which is essentially they are scrimmages, but they are against actual other opponents. So you're not just scrimmaging your own team, amongst your own team. How much do you think that helps? That's something that's kind of unique with your sport. How much does that help you all prepare for, next season actually having maybe an opportunity to test some things out and to get experience for some of your younger players, against real opponents?
I think it helps us a lot. In this season, we're playing 5 games, and 3 are home and 2 are away. And I think it'll help us a lot going into the fall to try different things out, different formations, help, players get confidence, playing time on the field. And I think that has a big aspect and big part of us being successful in the fall season.
So obviously right now it's February, kind of off season, but what are y'all doing? Like, what is a day-to-day schedule? Let's start broad. So are you doing something with soccer every day, or is it more split out? What do your days look like right now?
Yeah, so right now we're in 20-hour weeks. So like this week, Monday, we train and then we lift afterwards. We're lifting twice a week. And then Tuesday, today is our off day. Tomorrow we'll train in the morning. Thursday we'll train and lift. And then Friday we train. And since this weekend is our first scrimmage on Sunday, we'll train Saturday. So basically we're training every day of the week, lifting twice a week. And then we're having Tuesday's our off day. So it's, going at it every day almost.
So when you say train, is that more actual soccer skill, like with a ball, or is that more just like athleticism and cardio and just stuff like that?
No, it's with the ball. We'll be on the field for like an hour and a half, and we're doing like, we might be playing or just like splitting us off into offense and defense and working on specific things and the tactical things. So we're with the ball.
So y'all are, it sounds like y'all are probably getting a lot out of this time, like a lot of what you're doing now, and how well y'all actually put everything you have into this is the foundation for fast forward to, what are you talking about? Months and months and months from now, but this is the foundation for what y'all will do next season, it sounds like.
Yeah, because usually in the fall, we only get like one, like maybe harder training session, just because with travel and everything, we're on like, a specific schedule. So like the spring, we actually have a lot of time to just develop and grow. And it's true, really, the spring is where, you're going to grow and how that'll lead to your performance through the fall.
Any personal goals or personal just sort of focuses for you as far as what you're trying to improve on this off season?
I think just like for me, just being a leader and someone on the field and leading others, and obviously like winning another SEC championship, trying to win the national championship. So I think it's just like continuing to grow and get better every day and just get 1% better.
Y'all, you mentioned SEC championship. Y'all won it last year. What you start smiling the second I mentioned that. What was that? That's a special thing. Nobody can ever take that away from y'all. What did that feel like to experience that?
Yeah, that's something I'll never forget. Like before coming here, I knew I wanted to win an SEC championship. And that week when we were playing in Pensacola, we played 3 games that week. It was like Tuesday, Thursday, and then Sunday was the championship game. So it's kind of a lot of games to play in one week. And then Sunday, we played our championship game versus Alabama. So that was a big game. And we won 1-0. And it was crazy. They had, like confetti everywhere. And it's like literally the best feeling ever.
Now, we know the SEC is tough in all sports, specifically like football, baseball, basketball. What's the grind of the SEC schedule like on the soccer front?
Yeah, so our schedule will usually play like Thursday, Sundays. So it's a grind, we'll be traveling, depending on, sometimes we're traveling like Sundays and we might have a home game Thursday, but it is a grind. Like we're training every day, traveling, watching film. So.
How do you keep up with your actual classes during all that as well?
Yeah, so just like I'll go to class sometimes in the morning if we have like practice in the afternoon, but even like when we're on the road, like we'll have time if I need to, take an exam or do extra work, and our professors will work with us. So I've been lucky to have great professors that'll work with me, and they know when I'll be gone, so it works out.
and I guess still kind of online options. I know at one point that wasn't an option at all, but I guess you can do some work on the bus if you need to, and like just send it in online and stuff like that.
A lot of like our PowerPoints and the stuff that professors send out is online, and a lot of our assignments are online that we submit. So, and then sometimes I will have like in-person classes and online classes. So that kind of helps just to have a balance between both.
So your major is sports management. What are the aspirations that you have for that career path?
So I think I really like sport marketing and kind of that direction, but I'm not really sure. I'm still trying to figure out what I really like, and my goal is to play professional. So
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, gonna run into another timeout. Come back on the other side and wrap things up for today's edition of the Garnet Trust Hour with Taylor Jacobson from the Gamecock women's soccer team. Again, you can hit us on the Firehouse Subs text line 803-404-6100. If you have any questions yourself, we'll be right back. You're listening to 107.5 The Game.
It's the Garnet Trust Hour
on your home of the Gamecocks.
107.5
The Game.
Whether at the dining room table or cheering on the Gamecocks, you'll find the best meat buying experience out there at your old-timey meat market. Their shelves are stocked with various cuts and grades of beef, pork, poultry, seafood, and exotic meats. The selections are always fresh, never frozen, competitively priced, and of the highest quality. Get all you need at Old Timey Meat Market, St. Andrews, South Congaree, and Lexington.
Old Timey Meat Market, quality selection, a cut above the rest.
The best part about taking ZQuil Pure Z's Sleep Plus Next Day Energy at night is actually the next morning. I wake up alert with none of the grogginess from taking too much melatonin. Pure Z Sleep Plus Next Day Energy is a bilayer tablet with immediate release melatonin and extended release B vitamins to help me fall asleep naturally and wake refreshed. It's my secret weapon for a great night's sleep and a great morning.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Can't beat that.
ZQuil Pure Z's gummies. Sleep better, wake your best.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Metz Plumbing is growing and looking for exceptional plumbers and apprentices. If you enjoy helping people in our community, if you want a flexible work schedule, if you're looking to earn $85,000 to $100,000 per year, plus benefits and paid time off, if you want free training in order to become a licensed plumber, and if you're ready for a rewarding career as part of a family, then we want to talk to you. For information, call Tammy at 732-TRIP or apply online at metsplumbing.com.
732-TRIP.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet Studios. This is 107.5 The Game.
Discover Herndon Certified. Herndon Chevrolet's premier used car warranty. Shop with complete confidence knowing Herndon Chevrolet has got you covered.
Stop by or shop online today and see why Herndon Chevrolet makes you smile. It's the Garnet Trust Hour
on your home of the Gamecocks.
107.5 The Game.
Back in on the Garnet Trust Hour on 107.5 The Game. Tyler Head, Wes Mitchell, and our guest today, Taylor Jacobson from the Gamecock women's soccer team, along with you for a few more minutes going until 11 o'clock. So we know soccer obviously consumes a lot of your life right now, but when you're not doing soccer-related things, What do you like do for fun? What is a leisure activity for you look like?
So we were just talking about this. So I don't know if a lot of you guys know about the Doty being shut down. So we haven't been able to really like get food from there. So it's kind of been a hobby of mine to start cooking. And me and a couple of my teammates created this TikTok page, and we just started it. So we're going to start posting videos of all of like our dinner meals that we made. But before this, I wasn't really a big cook, but now since I kind of have to, I've kind of been enjoying it, and we've been like making different meals. So it's been pretty fun.
Wes, I feel like that's been a common answer among these athletes we've had in here for Garnet Trust is jumping on the cooking train a little bit.
Well, cooking can be addicting. I feel like because cooking, honestly, it can be a little bit just overwhelming at first if you haven't done it before. And then you sort of, all right, it's not that hard. You kind of have to dive into it a little bit. And so is there a dish that is your favorite that you've made so far, or a couple of them that you've really liked?
So we've been like shopping at Trader Joe's, and I think the best meal has been this like fiocchetti pasta. It's so good. It's like this creamy like pasta, and there's like cheese in it or something like that. I don't know. And we put spinach in it, and it's so tasty. It's really good.
All right, so everybody out there, you'll have to follow their TikTok. Do you know what
Food for Athletes, so go follow us.
You need to double their follower count from 13 to 26. That'll be our goal for this show.
Yeah, right now only my family follows us, so we need a little help.
Y'all help them out. We're gonna get this thing going.
Now, are all of y'all just kind of getting started with cooking, or is one of y'all like really good at it? Like,
I think it's pretty much all of us. We're like, okay, like we just all kind of been starting out and like trying to find meals we all like, and it's kind of been fun. Like we'll look up, oh, this meal looks good, and we'll try to make it. So I think this will help us in the long run.
Yeah, I think that has a chance to kind of blow up a little bit as well. Now y'all got to consistently post on there.
Yes, so that's the thing, being consistent with it, because sometimes we'll get caught up in like schoolwork or something. But I'm like, guys, we need to post tonight. So
what is the next? Is there anything you've had your eye on? What's the next thing we're making?
Maybe like some sort of like seafood dish. We kind of been doing like bowls like with like rice or like shrimp and vegetables. So maybe something like that. I go to TikTok for like all my inspiration. So maybe something new will pop up on there.
Now, how important do you think nutrition is, on the athlete side? Like, I mean, kind of fueling yourself and just, I think that's obviously pretty important as well for performance.
Yeah, I think it's very important. We have like regular meetings with our nutritionist, Tony, and he talks to us a lot. And everything you fuel your body with is how it's going to translate to the field. So I pay attention to that a lot, and what I'm taking in my body and making sure I'm getting my carbs and protein and greens and everything.
What are your favorites?
My favorites. I'm like a big like bowl. Like I like, like teriyaki chicken with maybe some brown rice and vegetables, some sort of like stir fry kind of dish like that. I think I really like that.
What if Tony was listening? What would Tony say you should tell us about nutrition? What is the number one thing that you've learned from Tony, the nutritionist?
Let's see. Probably that nutrition is literally the most important thing. And
well, of course the nutritionist would say that. But seriously. I mean,
I think just like, I don't know, like he'll come and like teach us. Actually, he's come in like last week and like brought in some pancake mix and was like, all right, you guys, here's pancake mix and protein. And he's big on like protein. So I think that's something he harps on, getting your protein powder during the day and building that muscle and everything. So I think that's something he would say is just harp on like the protein and then also the recovery.
Now, do you have a cheat meal or do you stick pretty strict to the diets?
Sometimes I'll have like a cheat meal, like have some ice cream every now and then, but and it's not going to hurt you because we're burning so many calories every day. But I think ice cream is kind of like my go-to if I need something sweet.
Favorite flavor?
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
That's what I'm talking about.
I dig it. So you told me earlier, mom is on a flight possibly right now.
She is. She's flying back to Orlando from New Mexico. She's with her family.
do you want to give a shout out to some family who is listening? And then, Mom, it's on a podcast on YouTube. Hopefully she got to listen as well.
Oh, yeah. I told her it'd be recorded, so I'm sure when she gets home, she's going to go listen to it right away. But, yeah, I got my family out in Orlando and New Mexico, so love you guys.
Yeah, Taylor, you've knocked it out of the park for your first time on here, so good job.
Thank you.
I guess let's bring it back to soccer real quick. We're running out of time. What are the goals for this season? I mean, this is a program, we talked about it off air. Y'all have accomplished a lot.
Mhm.
And I know the ultimate goal, but what are sort of the goals leading up to the ultimate goal, which is obviously to get that national championship?
Mhm. I think just scoring goals. I think a lot of our games throughout the last season, we've kind of kept it close, like 1-0, 2-1. And I think that's something that our team, I think, can work on is just shutting out teams and scoring multiple goals and not letting them have a chance to come back. So I think building on that and just being relentless and with our attack, I think is something that we can build on and keep getting better at so we can, win another SEC and a natty. So.
Yeah, I know you were talking. Y'all bring a lot of contributors back, but you also have a pretty young team as well. You said you want to be more of a leader this year. It is your junior year. Probably hard to believe you're going into your third year now.
I know, it's crazy.
So you've gotta drag the young girls along.
Yep.
What's your advice going to be? You experienced playing as a true freshman, and then obviously as a sophomore last year. What are you going to be telling them as you take on that leadership role?
I think like overall there's going to be like a lot of ups and downs, and I think it's important to remember, like I always say, like life is a marathon, not a sprint, and you just got to stay consistent every day and keep on working, ask questions, ask the older girls questions, ask the coaches questions, and just find ways to keep on getting better every day.
So I should have asked this earlier, but again, my soccer ignorance, we're going to learn something today. Every single episode of this show, we're going to learn something new. So Taylor, you are a defender, right?
Yes.
That's your official title
Yes.
out there. What I know what the word defender means, but what about your skill set makes you good at that?
I think I'm an aggressive player. Like I'm kind of ruthless. Like I'm going to get stuck in. I don't want anybody scoring on my team. So I think that's just how I play. And I play outside back. So I'm also running up and down the field, getting in the attack and defending. But, I kind of have the mindset like I'm not going to let this player get past me. So I think I would explain what a defender is.
Go ahead.
Do you take it personally that they're trying to get past you? Like I feel like you got a little fired up just talking about somebody trying to score on you.
Yeah, I take it personally. I'm like, it's me versus you, so you're not getting past me.
Being that you're a defender, and this is just my observation of watching various soccer leagues, would you say women's soccer is even more aggressive than men's soccer? Because, I mean, the women's soccer that I've seen, it's very, very intense.
Yeah, I do say women's soccer gets pretty intense and it gets aggressive out there. And I could say that women's soccer could be more intense than men's soccer, possibly.
Right.
Have you always played that position, or like growing up, did you play multiple spots and then you sort of ultimately landed there? That's kind of always been your role.
So growing up, I played in the midfield. So I was always a midfielder. And then when I went to Orlando City, they tried me out at outside back and I was playing well there. So I kind of just always played outside back. But yeah, most of my life I've been a midfielder.
So one more thing before we let you go, for any of our listeners that have never been out to watch a Gamecock women's soccer game, what's your pitch? What's your selling point on why people need to get out and support this team?
One.
Well, we're the defending SEC champions, and anybody who comes out is going to have a great time. We always have a sold out crowd. It's a great atmosphere. You're going to have the time of your life watching us play. So
awesome. Well, best of luck this upcoming season for the rest of your career. Hopefully we can get you back in here another time and continue our conversation. But thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And by the way, you did great.
Thank you so much.
For a full hour of radio. We've been knocking these guests out of the park.
Yeah. So Taylor, can we get you to promise that if we get you on next year, you'll bring some your TikTok food?
Oh, I'll definitely do that.
Okay, we're getting promises from everybody to bring us food.
Now,
so
they could have like 1 million followers by then.
Yeah, they could. So yeah, Taylor, we appreciate it, and we'll see you next time with a rice bowl or teriyaki chicken.
Yes,
okay.
Thank you. Sounds good.
All right, that'll do it for today's edition of the Garnet Trust Hour. For Tyler, Wes, and Taylor Jacobson, you've been listening on 107.5 The Game. The Gamecock Central Takeover Hour presented by Firehouse Subs coming up next.